When it comes to boudoir photography, we always think of a room with some fancy couch, sofa, or a bed. However, there is another style of boudoir, a studio style by a backdrop that looks very clean without any distractions, with a focus mainly on posing or creative lighting. And when I say studio, I mean any room. It can be a bedroom, living room, or even a garage, as long as you have a backdrop to achieve this look. Clean images are my best sellers for big wall prints, so I make sure I add a shoot by a backdrop into my session flow. And I and Hannah are going to show you a few looks that can be achieved in front of a backdrop. So let's start with our first look that is mainly focused on creative posing and composition. For this boudoir look, I'm going to use a dark gray hand-painted canvas and two-point lighting setup. Our choice of a backdrop depends on the style of boudoir shoot we're going for. You can use a simple, seamless paper backdrop if you're going for a look without any distractions, or you can use a textured hand-painted canvas if you're looking to bring up some texture in your shot. I normally get my canvas backdrops from Cloth Studio or from Gravity backdrops. I use one backdrop for the floor and another one for the background. If you want to save some space, you can simply hang your canvas backdrop, and I hang mine on a closet hanger rod with some chains. This way I don't need to use a stand for it, and it saves some of my space. For this look, I'm going to use posing tubes. As far as furniture, you really don't need to use any furniture to pose in front of the backdrop unless you really want to add some interesting elements or create a specific pose. Instead, you can use posing tubes, like I'm doing it now, or apple boxes, a nice ladder. I use sometimes a stack of books, or I use nothing at all, just to pose my subject on the floor or use some standing poses. So now we're going to demonstrate a couple of poses in front of the textured canvas backdrop using these posing tubes and two-point lighting setup. I'm gonna do all three poses and then I will show you the final images. So let's get started. Hannah, I want you to sit on the middle tube facing this direction, this light. And place your legs on the smallest tube and lean with your back against the tallest tube, completely on your back. Yeah, just like that. Now move your legs a little bit away from each other. One is lower, than another one. And bring your arms closer to your head. Yeah, that's perfect. And turn your face tiny bit towards the camera. Arch your back and point your toes. That's beautiful. Now let's take a shot. Okay, perfect. Close your eyes for a second. Breathe in. Beautiful. All right, now let's go for the second pose. I want you to sit on your side, facing the camera. Beautiful. Yeah, you're gonna lean just like that with your elbow bent, and if you can turn your elbow in the direction of the light, and you're actually going to look towards the light, but don't lean too much, don't be on the same level. Perfect. And now bend one of your knees and one is straight. Perfect. And push the hip out, point your toes, and place one hand on another one. Beautiful. Let's take a look. And now look at the light. Can you go a little bit lower on your tube? Yeah, right there. And bring the hip a little bit up. Oops, be careful. Like, don't bring it a little bit. Yeah, right there. Okay, perfect. Let's take a shot. That looks gorgeous. Very good. Okay, perfect. Now pose number 3, you're going to be sitting, actually no, you're going to be sitting on your knees and facing the light. And the same way, place your feet on this tube, on the smallest tube, right there. And bend your elbows, arch your back. Perfect. Elevate one leg. Yeah, let's do the one that is away from the camera. Point your toes, arch your back. I'm going to move hair away. Perfect. And you're going to be facing the camera a little bit right there. Soften your hands. Perfect. Now let's take a shot. Bring your leg a little bit higher. Yeah, then another one. That's perfect. And tilt your booty a tiny bit towards the camera. That's enough. Perfect. Gorgeous. All right. So those were just 3 simple poses on the posing tubes by a canvas backdrop. Let's take a look at the images. Now let's go for another look, and this is a low-key boudoir that looks awesome on my clients' walls, especially if you're going for a creative look or photographing only body parts. When I do low-key images for my clients, I always shoot for a print. I have an idea in my head and I photograph in a way that all 2 or 3 images look cohesively together and I have similar look for all of them. Now let's create 3 or 4 images of Hannah in a low-key boudoir style. I'm going to first do Hannah's portrait, then I'll do a medium shot, then a full body shot, then I'll photograph some of her body parts, let's say her legs or her chest. So let's get started. Hannah, just sit facing the camera. Yeah, I'm gonna be right here and place your legs. Perfect. Bring your hands closer to your lips. Yeah, just like that. And I'm positioning my light slightly behind Hannah. Right here. And I'm going for short lighting. So half of her face is going to be illuminated and another half is going to be in shadow. Beautiful. Now I want you to do that shish. Yeah, with another, yeah, perfect. That looks awesome. Now I want some light on this side of Hannah, so I'm gonna bring a reflector in. If you could, yeah, bring it, stand right here and position it in a way that it would bounce this light back to her shoulder. Yeah, right there a little bit more. Bend it even more, right there. Perfect. All right. All right, that looks amazing. Thank you so much. Now we're going for a full body shot. So Hannah is going to be standing. Now I'm going to position my light sideways to create beautiful highlight on Hannah's curves. So let's do that. And to do that, I actually need to bring my softbox a little bit lower. So Amir, if you could help me with that. So I want you to take that out and position it starting from the floor. Yeah. Hannah, if you could bend your knee. Yeah, just like that. And I want to see more of a bigger triangle here. Perfect. So now I want this to be completely straight. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, bring it a little bit closer to her. Perfect. That's beautiful. Okay, very good. And I got the shot. Now my third image I'm going to position Hannah on the floor. I'm going to give her a glass of wine and I will photograph just one of her legs. So let's use these small cushions so you can sit on the cushions. And a glass of wine. We're adding an element to our image. I'm bringing in a glass of wine to the shot. So I'm going to highlight this leg only, and another leg I want it to be invisible. So I'm gonna cover it with a black fabric, and I will cover the upper body as well, just to keep Hannah's face visible only. So let me do that. Okay, we'll place it on top. Yeah. Perfect. And I'm just gonna cover you with a shirt right here. Perfect. And position right on your leg. Yeah, that looks beautiful. So now we need to bring the light in to the shot. Amir, if you can help me with the, if you could hold this light, the strip box right above her leg, just right here. Slightly tilt it towards her, like that, and bring it in. Perfect. All right, so let's take a shot. Oh, that looks absolutely beautiful. One more time. Gorgeous. All right, thank you so much, Amir. You can place it back over here. All right, let me take it away. And this one. Now we're gonna work on our final pose, and for this specific pose, I'm gonna photograph upper body of Hannah, and I'm using two-point lighting setup, positioning my lights on both sides of Hannah, slightly behind her, pointing towards her. In this way, I will capture beautiful highlights on both sides of Hannah's body, positioning her sideways. So turn towards this light, yeah, right there. And I want you to bend your elbows and bring it on one hand on your hip, a little bit lower, and I want this elbow to be bent, and I want to see it even more right there. Okay, so let me take a look. So lower it down a little bit more right there. Perfect. Bring your elbows in. Gorgeous. Now move your hair. Perfect. Let's take a shot. That looks beautiful. That's perfect. Now look the other way. Gorgeous. Hold it. Elbows in. Perfect. Very good. All right. Now we got all the shot with a low-key boudoir style. Let's take a look. You may also consider doing some glamour style images of your clients sitting on the chair, wearing a sexy dress or a nice top that is off her shoulder, adding some sensuality to the image. This type of photos clients can share on social media, which works perfectly for your advertisement. Also, clients are willing to get them printed as a big print on the wall, which generates additional sales. Now let's do a couple of shots of Hannah sitting on this chair in front of a beige hand-painted canvas backdrop wearing a nice top. And for this specific top, I want you to cover your lingerie, yeah, just like that, and we're gonna keep your leg a little bit more visible. Perfect. I want you to lean on the chair right there. Perfect. Beautiful. For this shot, I'm doing 2-point lighting setup, and one of my lights is going to be positioned on the side of Hannah, 45-degree angle towards her. And another light is going to be slightly behind her, towards her shoulder and hair, just to create nice highlight. All right, let's get the shot. Okay, that's beautiful. Look at the camera. Perfect. Now look away. Gorgeous. Awesome. Now let's take a look at the image. This is a very elegant yet sensual image that my client would definitely print big or share on her social media because her lingerie is not really visible. The main focus is on her face. It shows her elegance, her personality, and sensuality at the same time. Silhouette or semi-silhouette are other great styles for boudoir photography in front of the backdrop. You can add some mysteriousness by bringing your subject into a shadow and blow out highlights behind her. Studio style of boudoir works perfectly for maternity sessions with the main focus on beautiful forms of a pregnant woman. It also works for fine art nude sessions as well as for couple boudoir photo sessions. Don't limit your imagination and creativity and try a variety of different styles. Remember, clean backdrop shots work perfectly for big wall prints, so adding those to your boudoir flow is a great way to do an upsell during your sales sessions.